afternoon, good evening. Whenever you are watching this, know that I appreciate you. It is Monday, June 18th, 2018, the day after Father's Day. So for all of you fathers, happy belated Father's Day. I hope you had an amazing day. I hope that you were able to spend it with your children and that everyone enjoyed themselves thoroughly and that you will be able to do it more often, especially if you are not in the household. I pray that you're able to do it more often. Today was a decent weekend for us. It was a decent weekend for us. We didn't do a whole lot. But we did try a new place to eat. That's what the husband and I do. And I've told him I've told him a couple of times that we need to start recording this, and I think I've mentioned this before, that we need to start recording our food adventures, because even while in Chicago, it was something that we did on a regular basis. We would try new places to eat. We would leave Chicago to try new places to eat at times. And wherever we were, if it were a different part of town, or if we were on a little vacation, we would try new places to eat because we both enjoy eating. The only difference between he and I is the major difference, I'll say, between he and I is when it comes to food is that I am more adventurous than he. But we do this a lot. Even when we go to regular eateries. So if we're going to a Jack in the Box or a Brahms or a McDonald's, we should record it and start doing videos of our eating adventures, because we enjoy food that much. I don't cook as much as I used to. Quite honestly, I haven't cooked on a daily basis in a very long time. One, because he likes to eat out. Not that my cooking is bad. My cooking is not bad. But he likes to eat out, so we should record that, I think. That's just me. But two, I don't cook as much, because, especially now, because it's just the two of us. And I'm so used to cooking for multiples, like when the boys were home, especially when it was just the boys and myself. Especially when it was just the boys and myself, I used to cook en masse, and then we would have plenty of leftovers for the week. Well, with it just being the husband and I, having leftovers is really not a good thing, because he isn't a huge leftover fan. He's not a huge leftover fan. But then the other thing is that he likes variety, and sometimes it's easier to purchase that variety pre-made, as in going to a restaurant, versus getting that variety at the grocery store and cooking it at home. And then if he doesn't like it, then we've got issues, because we've got food in the fridge that, I'm sorry, I had to see what that was. We got food in the fridge that is going to go bad, and I hate wasting food. Raising 3 children on a budget, a tight budget, as a single parent especially. Well, even when I was married the first time, it's, you don't waste food. Growing up in my household as a child, you don't waste food. So it's a waste if we purchase some food and I have to make it and then neither of us likes it, or only one of us likes it. Then it's a waste. It's a waste. I mean, that's the same deal with fruits and vegetables. I'm really the only one that eats fruits and vegetables, so buying them in mass is a waste because there's not enough smoothie making, raw eating, side dish making in the world to make up for the fruits and vegetables that I like to buy. So, and then there are certain things that I can't eat, but yeah. All of that to say that we did try a new Jamaican restaurant Saturday, and we were going to attend some Juneteenth events this weekend, specifically Saturday, but it didn't work out because where we had gone to the Jamaican restaurant was the opposite direction of the Juneteenth events that we were talking about attending. But then we did come across a music festival, but at the time, by the time we got to the Jamaican restaurant, ate our food, and we were leaving the restaurant, we were too tired to stay at the music festival, so we were going to go back the next day after the Juneteenth, or instead of the Juneteenth events, for Sunday, for actual Father's Day. And that didn't work out either because we had to assist a family member with something, and that went on longer than we had anticipated. And then we found out while we were with this family member that the Juneteenth events that we were going to go to, they weren't extended. The major parts that we wanted to see, they weren't extended to Sunday. So the only thing that was going on Sunday was something that we didn't want to be a part of. I don't know what it is. Something we didn't really want to attend. I shouldn't say be a part of. Something we didn't want to attend. And then the music festival, we found out, wasn't going on at all Sunday. It wasn't coming back into play until the following weekend, which if we had known, then we probably would have stayed Saturday because we were at the music. We were right there at the music festival with the Jamaican restaurant, and then just 2 blocks over was the music festival. So yeah. So that was our Sunday, and by the time we finished with that family member, it was late in the day, and we were both tired. So in order to salvage the day, the husband said, let's barbecue. So that's what we did. We grabbed some burgers and dogs, and I'd already taken out some chicken thighs. I don't like when motorcyclists do what this one just did. It's very dangerous. It's very dangerous. But yeah, so we did burgers, dogs, and the chicken that I'd already taken out. And the first batch of burgers burnt because the husband, I love him, but he really doesn't know how to barbecue. He really doesn't know how to barbecue. And it so reminded me of that Eddie Murphy joke about, I think it was in his Raw video. I want to say it was in his Raw video. But the Eddie Murphy joke about how his dad used to barbecue, and in order for him to consider it a fire, it had to be this huge, gigantic fire. And then it was considered a fire for him to barbecue with. Well, to a degree, that's the husband. So by the time, is that him going up the ramp the wrong way? It sure is. By the time that the fire had died down enough for him to put the burgers on, there was still a fire in the pit, in the grill, and it instantly burnt the burgers and the hot dogs that he put on. There was still a nice fire in there, and it instantly burnt the hot dogs and the burgers that he put on. So that first batch of burgers had to be tossed, and then and we almost had to toss the hot dogs too. So, but yeah, that was our Saturday and Sunday. I will come back because I do want to talk about this CD, not the CD, but this single that I've been listening to. I love the single and I've heard it several times before, but I just had to keep playing it over the weekend. And it's been replaying in my head like crazy. And I think I'm gonna park right here. And it's Jonathan McReynolds' single off of his Make Room CD called Cycles. And I absolutely love that single. And so I'll talk about it a little bit more later, because it's so on point with what we go through as humans, not just as Christians, but as humans. The battles that we face as humans, and you know. So anyway, I won't go into detail now, but yeah, I love that song, and I played it over the weekend several times, and it replays in my head even now. So I'm at work. I just parked. My boss is here, so I'm gonna go inside, and I'll see you guys a little bit later.